How's it going, and welcome back everybody. I know many of you signed up exclusively for my spearfishing content, and I feel like I've been neglecting that on my channel a little bit, so making up for lost time here, getting back into the ocean with my gun, spearfishing, cabezon, lingcod, greenling, and rockfish. All the good stuff. I hit up the Nanaimo River and say farewell to my friend Garrett. He's moving off to the Bahamas. You know him as Uncharted Odyssey, so we do some epic diving in the tunnels. It was a really good time. I met up with Xerxes. We went out on a stormy day, and I tried my luck with a pole spear. Do I have success? Stick around and find out. I also cook up some fish cakes, Bermuda-style. Peace and love, everybody. Subscribe if you enjoy the content. It doesn't get too much nicer than this. It is a stunner day right now. I'm meeting up with Fred. He is taking us out spearfishing. When I say us, I'm meeting up with Matthew and Michael as well. I've dove with them a few times on the channel in the past. Actually, the first time I met up with them was in this area, so that's kind of cool. A little bit of a reunion. We're going to head out and do some spearfishing, much needed spearfishing. I spearfish for protein, and my freezer is almost out. I went through that big octopus I caught back in February. I have maybe a little bit of rockfish and I think a fillet of lingcod left. I haven't really grabbed my gun since pretty much April. So it's time to make up for some lost time. I can't wait to get in the water, to be honest. Like, I want to spear some fish, obviously, because it's the best way to bring home seafood. But I'm just pumped to get in the water and look around at kelp and other fishies that come up and check me out. It's going to be a really fun day, though. I just got here about an hour early, sipping a coffee, getting ready for the guys, and they'll be here momentarily.
Hey.
Yo, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
You on camera?
Oh man, you have hair now.
Yeah, I know.
Out to the ocean, king.
What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Yo, hey, how's it going, man? Yeah, there you go, there you go.
See you again.
Yeah,
man.
likewise. Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh,
What's your name, buddy?
Bruno.
Bruno, nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. That's always a good sign. There's Fred. Sweating. It's getting hot. Now I've been at this for 8 years, and I've been getting into the ocean weekly ever since. I've seen so much, and I have so much more to see, and I'm not even remotely sick of it. This is a new spot for me, so it's pretty hyped to get out to this little pinnacle. Thanks, Fred, for inviting me out. We're at the spot. It's looking pretty tidal, but it's looking beautiful. You can see all the kelp. Water looks, PNW green, which is what I love, to be honest. It's not a nice hue of blue, that's for sure, but this looks good. Looks workable, I should say. You might notice a new perspective in this video. I usually just mount my action camera onto my gun, but in this one I mounted a action camera onto my mask as well. I was filming from both perspectives, my gun and the mask. I was using the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 on my gun and the Insta360 Go 3S on my mask. The two cameras capture different footage. I prefer the footage off the Ace Pro 2. The Go 3S, it's a smaller camera, fits really nicely onto a mask, but it has a smaller sensor as a result of its size, and it doesn't do as good in low light conditions, which we dive in here in BC. You can see this copper I shot. It pulled a Houdini on me last second. It moved, and I shot its tail. Not a great shot, but thankfully the meat was still salvageable. I was seeing a lot of lingcod. They were right on the money, 65. I was measuring up with the Bickerton spear gun. It has a measure on it. If you don't have one on your gun, I would suggest creating your own. It's a nice reference to have to ensure you're shooting the minimum retention size ling. But yeah, I didn't shoot those ones. The current was screaming though, it was ripping. We were finding shelter in the protection of the kelp. The kelp was absolutely gorgeous with herring all over the place. This was a really, really beautiful dive. I found some acorn barnacles. I harvested these once on my channel in the past. I don't like bashing them off the reef. I don't want to destroy the habitat, but when they're on the ocean's bottom in bundles, I can grab a stack. Those ended up being pretty small, according to Fred, so I left them on the bottom after all. That lingcod there, again, right on the money. I didn't want to shoot it and find out it was undersized, so I let that one swim by. It was some jailbait, as I call those fish. You can see me measuring it up there. I was tempted on shooting a kelp greenling. I have a few frozen in my fridge already, and I need to get to those before they get freezer burned, so I opted out of it. This lingcod there, I'm pretty sure Fred shot this one, ended up being around 68 centimeters, so above legal. The rockfish were massive. Fred also told me not to shoot the first rockfish I saw, and what did I do? I shot the first one, but these guys were fat. I've never seen rockfish this big, minus the Edmonds Marine Park in Washington. That's a sanctuary, but these things were girthy, really nice to see on this beautiful pinnacle. These fried egg jellyfish were gargantuan. This is definitely the largest one I've seen this season. They can produce a mild sting. You're not going to have any serious reaction unless you're anaphylactic, you're allergic, but for most people, just a mild sting that you barely notice. I've swam face first into them in the past and had zero issues. I saw a cabezon. I was diving in maybe 7 feet of water here, really shallow in the tidal area, and I found this fat cabezon, one of my personal bests. This one here you'll see shortly, but it measured up to 28 inches, so very large for a cab, a legal size ling. I put it out of its misery nice and quickly. One nice thing about spearfishing is we don't stress them out fighting them on a reel. We shoot them and put them out of their misery very quickly after that, so it preserves the quality of the meat. One of the twins, I forget which one, either Matthew or Michael, they dropped their spear gun at the beginning of the dive, and I went down there and I found it for them, thankfully, because this gun retails for $600 or $700. They were stoked. I saw Lingcod swimming in the distance. I knew that one was legal without a doubt. So I went to the surface, did a nice breathe up, and started hunting around. I saw it go into a rock. So I had my torch. This was the Green Sea 2500 lumen torch. I was shooting around in the cracks and the crevices, hoping I could see it. We were in the water for about 3 or 4 hours at this point, so I was on my last legs and I saw it there. I lined up a shot and boom, I got a pretty good one. Didn't stone it, but brained it as soon as I brought it to the surface. It put up a little bit of a fight. Having a tuned flopper is important. East to west freediving. Fred, he owns the shop, him and his girlfriend Lori. I hit up their store. If you don't have your flopper tuned, you don't want to lose fish. I see so many people with floppers that are just loose as can be, and if they shoot a fish, it's going to get off. So be responsible. Make sure your gun and all your gear is properly tuned, so we're catching fish, not injuring them. I brained it, I bled it, and brought it home and ate it for dinner. This one was one of my bigger ones I shot this year. Not that big, but still one of my bigger this season. You got your gun, you got a rockfish.
Woo! Finally!
Yeah.
Success!
It's a healthy looking cooler. Good old Lingcod, some monster rockfish, and a monster cabezon. I got some food in the freezer. That was my goal, like I said this morning. Need to get my supply up. Hell yeah, fun time. Yeah, that's the size of my cab.
Whoa. 19 and a bit, depending on how close to the end of the snout you go.
Crazy, dude.
It's hard to kind of measure that one easy because it's well, yeah, that's 28 all day long. That is a legal Lingcod size cabezon.
Yeah,
that's
pretty good. Yeah.
That's inches.
Just skinny. It's like malnourished.
Yeah, that's really weird. It's like 28 and a bit, almost 29.
They go like 25, I think, right? Yeah.
26.
26. So.
And then yours is like 30 and a bit. Mine's better, is blue.
Yeah, that's true.
Yours has got tints of blue as well. But...
When I was younger, my brother would man the boat and I would look at the front with the net and we look for crabs in the shallows. Oh, we're getting shallower. And if I saw one, I would just grab it with the net. The other time I would snorkel for him. I got my wetsuit off. I'm thinking with all the eelgrass down there, I think Jasmine would appreciate it if I put my suit back on. Man, this is looking good. Some good territory. Well, it gets a little sandy, or I guess yeah, swim wherever. Yeah, that's true. Gorgeous. What do you think? Red rock in there?
Decorator, I'm sure.
Decorator crabs, yeah.
Dungeness number 1?
Is that Dungeon graceful?
Maybe graceful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those little graceful crabs.
Number 2.
Ceviche, man.
Yeah.
You're wasting it.
Number 3. Ceviche, yeah, it's already an acid.
Yeah, man.
What's the one
4.
with the blue legs?
What's up?
One's got blue legs.
5.
Yeah. Blue leg crab? I'm not sure, maybe graceful.
6.
Jeez, man. Doesn't it know the limit?
7.
Dude, way past your limit.
Oh, I think that's it. That's it. Seven crabs.
As much as I wish these crab were from the trip you just watched, these were actually from the trip I went on with Fred, Matthew, and Michael a few years back. We didn't have any success. There was a lot of boats in the anchorage. We were looking around, but it was sketchy. So we called it a day, went back to the boat launch. There was a lineup. So Fred, being the large kid he is, ripped around his inflatable, and we had a blast doing that while waiting for our turn to take our boat out. And that's what's awesome about this sport. We're like a bunch of adult children getting into the ocean, having that solid playtime, which so many people lose out on when they get older. Not me. I'm gonna be in this for life, having a smile on my face.
One time we were trying to carry something small and we were both carrying it like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys are so funny. All right, help me out here. Check this out. Have you ever seen a fish this big? I'm sure you have because they're caught bigger, but look at that.
A pufferfish.
It's it kind of looks like one of those porcupine fish. It's called a cabezon.
Is there still more?
Yeah, there's more.
More in the ocean, I mean.
Oh, is there any more in the ocean? No, that was the last one.
But to the rest of the Magadon.
My buddies ate them all. What's
said-
that one called?
A Magadon?
A megalodon? No.
I'm not the same.
Starts with an L.
Rockfish?
No. Starts with an L.
Lionfish?
No.
Lion.
Lily.
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Lincoln? Link? Oh.
Ling.
Oh, it's Lincoln.
Lingcod.
Lincoln.
You know a lingcod. Come on.
Look at that little cutie.
Yeah. And what's that cutie called, buddy?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Oh, rockfish.
Yeah, that's a rockfish. The next day was bittersweet. I met up with Garrett and Jackie for Garrett's farewell dive. My friend Garrett, also known as Uncharted Odyssey, he has a YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out. If you haven't already, he's got awesome content. But he's moving off to the Bahamas. He found himself a job doing coral restoration, so good for him, but it was sad to see him go. By the way, these fins right here are leader fins. They're made from fiberglass. They're a great happy medium between plastic and carbon fiber. They're very economical, so affordable, and very, very durable at the same time. Those fins are custom made by Diving Sports. Getting Salty, a local diver in BC, made the graphic of a giant Pacific octopus. This clip here is pretty cool. It looks like angel wings, but the fins are great. They're so durable that I don't mind bringing them into these type of environments where I can smash them off the rocks. When I bring my carbon fiber $700 Setma fins into these dives, I get pretty cringy when I see them smashing against rocks. So these are really good fins if you're looking for an upgrade. I'm very, very pleased with them. This spot's awesome, the Nanaimo River. The amount of history in this river is insane, but also just the structure. That's what really blows me away. All these natural formations through the rocks. You get swim throughs for days. A spot like this, I wouldn't necessarily come here by myself, especially at the beginning of the season once the water flow slows down. You don't know what sort of logs have blocked off the entrances and exits. So if you do come explore this area, swim up the tunnels, and then that way, if you do find that you're blocked off, the current can safely pull you out. If you go from the other direction and you find a dead end, you're going to be fighting the current upriver, and it's going to be pretty challenging towards the end of your breath hold. Garrett, thank you, Garrett. He got some shots of me going through the river. I film other people from time to time, but rarely do I have other people film me, so it was cool to get these perspectives. And the fins, I'm not trying to advertise these fins, but the fins do look sick, especially with the light glistening in. They have that transparency. As fun as river diving is, I do find the rivers relatively lifeless compared to the ocean. You don't see as many fish, and the walls just bare rock face. You don't have all the barnacles and other crazy crustaceans and living organisms and kelp, blah, 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 that you do in the ocean. So I'm a bit biased towards the ocean, but the rivers are fun too. This was one of the larger fish I saw throughout the dive though. I believe it's a rainbow trout. I don't know my trout that well either, but pretty confident this is a rainbow trout. It was letting me get up nice and close to it. It seemed genuinely curious on my torch and my camera. I came across a mask. Some guy was blown away with what we were doing in the rivers. He was asking so many questions. I ended up giving this to him and it made his day. He offered me a beer. I was thankful, but I quit drinking 12 and a half years ago. I go big or go home. Alcohol was a problem for me, so I quit. Look at that crayfish down there. It was all aggravated by the trout. That was a funny clip. I think this might just be the first time all summer I put a sweater on. It's chilly out. It's supposed to rain today. Right now we got a state of emergency on Vancouver Island because of a massive fire that's burning off Port Alberni. So let's hope that we get a lot of rain. It's pretty stormy here right now. Hopefully the audio isn't murked by the wind. There's Xerxes. She's pulling up in the parking lot. We're gonna go spearfishing for some greenling. I got my pole spear with me. Sorry, Brett Bickerton, you don't have your gun. I need to start learning how to get proficient with a pole spear for my travels abroad where you're not allowed a spear gun. It's gonna be a good day though. The conditions are horrible. Hopefully the viz is all right. What do you think? It's pretty intense, isn't it?
I thought it's supposed to be a mellow dive.
I know, me too, me too. It looks like a tsunami out there. We'll be all right. We're gonna do it though, right?
Well, first of all, I need to find a park.
Oh, I know. We'll get in there. We'll make it work. And this is something else you have to worry about. Not just forest fires, but down trees. That would take somebody out. Right on the path too. Woo! It's actually pretty good right there. That's a little rock I was thinking we would dive. Let's do it, despite the conditions. I'm going in, I know that much. You're going in? Yeah, reluctantly, but we're gonna get in there and look for greenling nice and quick. I wanna get 3, that's my goal with the pole spear, and then call it. So it's not gonna be a long dive, but it's gonna be really windy the next few days, a lot of rain. It's gonna destroy the visibility. I head home on Sunday, it's currently Thursday, so if I don't dive today, I won't be diving for another week or so on the island, just on the mainland, which isn't the same experience. So I'm gonna get in there. Visibility is looking good, so I've dove them worse. Just want to take a quick second to thank Diving Sports for hooking up this Oceaner wetsuit. It's Yamamoto 45 neoprene. I've been loving it. And he also hooked up, Ashraf, the owner, hooked him up with this Evolve pole spear, carbon fiber, made in Hawaii. And I've been using it a little bit lately. Today I'm also rocking the Ace Pro 2. And I'm gonna do something a little bit different, at least not what I normally do on my channel. I'm gonna use the GoPro mount, or action camera mount I should call it. When it comes to spearfishing, I think the best point of view is from an action camera mask. I don't really like using one though, because I always miss footage. I think I'm filming when I'm not, or when I'm not filming I am. I drain my battery unnecessarily, or I just completely miss shots, or the other issue is my camera isn't focused on the area I thought it was, and I review my footage and everything's out of frame. It gets pretty frustrating. When I have a spear gun, I can mount a action camera right onto the gun. When I have a pole spear, that's not really an option, so I'm limited to having an action camera mask. The downside is if I don't end up spearing anything, the content ends up getting pretty boring. Like you'll see here, I'm kind of giving it away, but yeah, I don't have any success spearing a fish, but I do get some cool footage. Xerxes, I lent her my Pathos spear gun, and the shooting line ended up breaking and she lost the shaft, but I found it, so I was happy about that. Those shafts are about 75 bucks. I also found some fishing gear, no surprise there. I like the Oceaner suit that I have because it does have a little pocket. It's designed for a knife, but I end up putting fishing lures and other stuff I find in there too, like sea glass from time to time, because I collect sea glass. I was seeing mad fish though, and this is what I mean. If I had my camera with me mounted onto a spear gun, I could just switch my gun around and turn it into a selfie stick and end up getting some pretty good footage and salvage this one. But I just have random footage of me aimlessly looking around for fish that I don't find. So I could have A, not made a edit from this day, that Lingcod was undersized, or B, I could have put the footage together like I did and tell a story and just ramble on camera. Another massive fried egg jellyfish. They remind me of fried eggs, obviously, that's how they got their name, but they're really, really cool, and apparently they are seasonal. I did take a couple shots on greenling. I did not have success on practice. Wrapping up the dive, that was actually pretty good. That was dope. The conditions were nice. The visibility was really good. And seen a lot of fish. Not the fish I was after. Greenling, smaller ones, they get close to me. The larger ones, they're a bit skittish. I shortened up the pole spear. I took the middle section out, so I didn't really have much range, and if I tried to get a bit closer, they would spook and take off. Seen a lot of Lingcod. They were just rubbing it in. They were all undersized, getting nice and close to me, but I couldn't shoot them because that would be illegal. They didn't measure up to 65 centimeters, which is 25 or so inches. Hopefully, when this rain passes, there's still some opportunity to dive, because I want to get in the water and get a little bit more in my freezer. Spearfishing is amazing. I love it. It's extremely rewarding, and it's the most sustainable way to catch your seafood. As much as I love spearfishing, the end game is to bring food home to consume though, so cooking it kind of just makes sense on my channel. I'm not much of a cook. I usually get some help from my wife. We cooked a cabezon. Cabezon, they stay really moist. You can have them in a freezer for a couple years, take them out, and they still end up being really moist and good. They're an awesome fish for fish cakes. This was half a fillet from that massive one I shot a few days prior. We put some garlic, some parsley, and chives into a cast iron skillet, mixed it up with some potatoes, and mashed it all together. You don't want to overdo it, but we mashed it all together to get a nice consistency. Crumbled everything up and made some balls, dipped it in flour, egg, and some panko. And then we deep fried it on a pan for a few minutes each. The nice thing about half a fillet and some potatoes is you can make your catch go a long, long way. And the fish cakes, they turned out amazing. They're really, really good. Not the healthiest recipe, albeit, but still a nice way to extend your catch. And if you do have some freezer burnt fish, I would highly recommend making some fish cakes because it's a good way to salvage those fish. I also had Jasmine make up some homemade tartar sauce. Thanks, Jasmine. Which one do you want, bud?
This one.
That one? Okay, let me put it on a plate for you. You're gonna be the taste tester, okay?
Okay.
You gotta let us know how it tastes.
The best.
Is it the best? You stoked, man? I'm sure you don't want a sandwich, but you can eat that. Enjoy, man. And this is why I called them Bermuda-style fish cakes. They're more like a Bermuda-style fish sandwich. They use raisin bread for their fish sandwiches, and it's such a good texture. The sweetness, the coleslaw, the fish cake itself, all the ingredients just turned out really, really amazing. So if you ever do make yourself a fish sandwich, try doing so with raisin bread. I'd highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Peace and love, and maybe I'll see you again.